Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining. Okay, so today I want to talk to you guys about so what I kind of was thinking was Protege to Pink and beyond. And so the whole point, or one of the things, one of your goals with Posh should really be to promote. Regardless of whether you think you're ever going to build a team, as long as you stay active with Posh, you will eventually hit pink, which means you will have a total of $1,000 in total volume sales. So if you are brand spanking new, then this is where your 60-day props comes into play, because your your props program, and your 60 days comes into play because 60 days is 1,000 in sales and one recruit. So obviously, the props program is geared to help you build your team and to help you really grow and to promote and move up the ranks. If you're not totally familiar with team building and you're a little bit scared about it, obviously getting sales and working your business consistently is really kind of the biggest thing that I can the biggest tip that I can give you is that consistency is so incredibly important. And it's your 60-day props. Okay, so your props. So not only do you get extra stuff for hitting all these goals early on, you're also going to promote to pink. And what that means is you're going to get at least 25% commission on every single thing that you purchase, whether you're buying for yourself or for your customer, which is it's 5% raise. Like that is like the very big jump. And anyway, so as proteges, that's going to be your biggest goal, is to hit pink. And if you're past your props program, you're already pink, and you're wondering how you're going to even grow from here, the biggest thing is you want to work your business consistently. You want to talk to people about the business opportunity. Talk to people about helping you out by hosting. Talk to people about why you think they'd be awesome for your team, and kind of expand your circle in that way. You're building your business with even if you're just focusing on sales, you're gonna talk to people, and you're gonna attract people to you who are going to be perfect for your team, and they're not going to know that it's an opportunity unless you present it to them. So don't rule anybody out, even if you're a little bit kind of like, I don't know how to be a leader or whatever. That's not the point. Nobody really knows how to be a leader unless they try, until they've actually tried, and kind of figured out what kind of team leader they are, because everyone's different. But yeah, so growing your business and offering the opportunity is really going to help you guys out there. But so kind of talking about the pay plan and moving on the pay plan, we've got your proteges, that's 20% commission. Then the next goal is pink, which is then 25% commission. Had hit that $1,000 in lifetime sales, and you're never going to fall down from there. So you have that as a goal, and then you have your pink +1 and above, which are your team goals. You need to have at least one active team member for pink +1, 2 for pink +2, 3 for pink +3, and then 4 for every other above pink +3. So at the very least. But obviously, having a qualified frontline consultant to hit 200 every month, that might be a little bit hard for some people if you had only one person on your team. So recruiting more is going to be really good for you. So recruiting wide as possible, which is as many people directly under you as possible, is really going to help you sustain your business and help you sustain your team ranks, because you need to hit these numbers every month to earn off of your team and to get paid at that rank. So your title is the highest promotion you've ever gotten, and then your rank is the level that you hit that month. So just because your title is pink +1, that doesn't mean that you're going to get paid on pink +1 every month. You need to make sure that you're hitting those pink +1 numbers every month to maintain and to get paid on pink +1, so that rank. And building wide is definitely kind of the thing that, so if you yourself are building wide, and you're teaching your team members to also build wide, you're going to have a really good size team, because you're going to have, so it's you at the top, it's going to have a wide front line, and then each of those front line are going to be wide as well. And you're going to kind of go from that, and you're going to just have a very full team, which is really what you want, because you want to be able to hit those company volume numbers and team volume numbers, and not have to ever worry about qualified frontline consultants. And if you have a team member who is interested in building a team or anything like that, that's something that you want to make sure that they're aware of, is that having a qualified frontline sometimes can make or break your rank. Maybe your PV is great, maybe you have enough people under you, like total under you, that are hitting some great numbers, and you're maintaining your company volume, but your frontline aren't working. Maybe they took a break that month. That doesn't matter if you have twice as much company volume as you need. If you don't have that qualified frontline, you're not going to hit that rank. So that's just something really important to keep in mind. If you are looking at the pay plan and kind of wondering what it even means, for the people that have been around for a while, you guys are very aware, I'm sure, of the pay plan and how it works. Okay. And for those who are new and are not super familiar with the pay plan, you want to look at the green section on the right side of the pay plan. And that's the section that is going to help you out the most, because that's where you're going to look at what you need to qualify, and the percentages that are in the left side, the personal and the bonus section. That's going to be something that's not as important, because you really need to understand what the qualifications are to hit that. And let me just share my screen if I can find it. Okay. All right, so if you guys can see that, then you've got, all right, so you've got the qualifications on the right side over here, and then you have these percentages, and these are percentages that I honestly don't think, if you just like ignore this side for a minute, then you don't need it's a little bit less confusing. So if you kind of like ignore this section and just look at the qualifications, this is the stuff that you need to hit in order to get paid on these certain ranks. For promoting within the incentive period, it's the same exact thing. And I really hope that either you guys have already hit incentive or pink within the incentive period, or you guys are aiming to hit pink by the end of September, because you're going to get an additional bonus for doing so, which whether you're new or old or whatever, that's awesome. Any additional freebie from Posh, I think, is definitely worth it. And like, honest, I got the prize with the Good Vibes Bominator, and holy smokes, like, I don't care about what else was in there. I just wanted that exclusive Bominator, and so that's like gonna live like on my shelf forever. But okay, so the things that, if you guys take note, if you guys just kind of look here on this, under the personal volume, the only required amount of personal sales you need each month is 500, which is why that's kind of like the golden number that we refer to, is 500 per month. That is your team building goal. If you do not hit 500 per month, you will not get paid on your team. You will not be able to maintain rank in your team building things. So that's really important. And honestly, if you're brand new and you're like, I don't even hit 200 every month, and you're kind of freaking out, it takes time. That is really something that I need to stress with everybody, is that some people will work this business for like 2 weeks and they're like, I can't sell anything. And you're like, well, guys, it's been 2 weeks. I mean, come on. Or, I've been working this business for a month, and you're like, okay, well, it's going to take longer than that. Or some people who have been around for a while, but haven't been consistently working their business. That's kind of a factor too, is that how long have you been consistently working your business? Do people know that you have a business? Anyway, but yeah, so it's 500 per month. That actually, the numbers that they have from Posh is that's 75 regular customers. In order to maintain your personal volume for a team building goal, it's 75 regular customers, and that's like them ordering. I can't remember what the specifics are, but it's not. They don't have to order very much. Right? It's just like, I can't even remember. I'll have to find that out. I always forget what it is. But like 75 regular customers, that's not hard. It's not as scary of a number as 500 per month, especially for anybody that's new. That's That's not that bad at all. If you think that you're in a saturated area, you're not. We're definitely, for the majority of us, we are not in a saturated area. Unless you have like several Posh consultants living on your street, you're still pretty good. There are going to be plenty of customers to go around. But yeah, so personal volume is 500 per month. Those are your team building numbers. So in order to be a team builder, so anything after pink, you want to hit that the 500 per month. And then you have your company volume, which is the same as your team volume. So sometimes they use them interchangeably. So if you guys have questions on that, the only time you'll need to worry about differentiating team volume and company volume is when you are a premier or have a premier under you. So for the most part, it's not really a huge deal. And that's like, if you guys are, have questions on the premier ranking, let me know, because it's a little bit, it's not like confusing, but for some people who aren't totally understanding the pay plan currently, then it's not really something that we need to spend our time on. But so yeah, company volume and team volume are the same thing till you hit premier or have a premier under you. 2,000 per month total company volume is the minimum team building goal that you have. And that isn't a whole lot. So if you had 4 people on your team and you and every single person on your team had 500 that month, then you hit pink plus 1. As long as you've sold 1,000 lifetime sales first, as long as you've hit pink first, then you have hit pink plus 1, which is awesome, right? Because you have that one qualified frontline, which means that somebody that you directly under you, someone directly under you hit 200 in personal volume that month. So this is something that's very continuous. So like I said, consistency is so important, and something that's really important to teach to your team members, and something that if you strive to be a team member one day, your people are going to look at you, and they're going to look at you as an example and as a role model. So that's something that you need to remember, is that if you're not working consistently and you want to be a team leader, then what are you teaching to your team? What are they going to take from it? Are they going to be like, oh yeah, I have to put it, or I should aim for at least 200 every month? Or are they just going to be like, you know what, I'll just work when it's fine, like when I'm ready for it? So that's something to keep in mind, which is why consistency is such an important thing. But so here's the team volume. So then it kind of goes up from there. So it doubles each time. So pink plus 1 is 2,000 total team or company volume. Pink plus 2 is 4,000. And pink plus 3 is 8,000 per month. And if you are doing these, if you are hitting these qualifications each month, you're earning off of your team, and that's when you can look into your percentage, and you can even calculate your how much what you're gonna earn every month. So it's very easy. You just calculate off of. So you have your 25% that you're earning every month. Every week, every week. And then on the 10th of the month, after we run audits, that's when you're going to get your bonus commission. So this is when you're going to get your personal bonus, monthly bonus. So if you're pink plus 1, 1%, pink plus 2 is 3% more, or pink plus 3 is 5% more. And then you're going to calculate your frontline bonus. And this is, some people had questions on this, so hopefully this kind of clears it up, but you're going to be taking this percentage off of your frontline's total team or company volume, if that makes any sense. So you're going to have, so you're not calculating off of every single person under you's personal volume. You're only going to look at your frontline, and you're going to look at what their title is. So the highest rank they've ever hit, regardless of whether or not they're able to maintain it, the highest title they've ever hit, and you're going to look at their total team or company volume that month. So say somebody that is directly under you, she has like 10 people under her. She didn't sell anything that month, but everyone in her team sold. Well, you're going to look at her highest title. Maybe she's a pink or protege, who knows? And then you're going to look at her company volume and say, she's got a pink plus 1 under her. So they've got 2,000 in sales. Doesn't matter, she had nothing. So you're going to take that 2,000, you're going to times it by her title percentage. So like I said, if pretend she was pink, then you got 1, 2, or 4% from that leg. Hopefully that makes sense. So it's super easy to calculate, because you just look off of your front line and their company volume and their title. So it's something that you can totally just make a list and go through, and it's kind of the beauty of the pay plan, is that it's very, very it's awesome. There's no limit to it, and it's very easy for you to calculate. You can see where you know what you're going to earn every month, which is great. What you can reach for, what you need to hit certain goals. So that's what I love about the pay plan. Hopefully you guys are understanding that. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But yeah, so that is kind of a little bit more of a look into the pay plan. And I know we've talked about the pay plan before plenty of times, but I know there's a lot of new people, and sometimes I kind of forget to share certain things, or not share, but sometimes people ask certain questions and I'm like, oh, right, like let's kind of talk about that. But yeah, so that's the team volume part. Calculating off of your front line is really the biggest question I think a lot of people have, especially when they're calculating off of when they're calculating their sales for the very first time, not sales, I'm sorry, their bonuses the very first time as a team leader. Okay, so if you are a protege and you're not even worried about the team building and you're just looking to hit pink, I honestly think that if you are telling people about Posh and you're sharing why you love it and you offer the opportunity and you're genuine and people see that you love the product, I think that that's really what, like, that's kind of like your kind of secret weapon. Because if you're kind of like, if you're talking to people and you're like, oh, well, it's like, oh, what do you do? And you're like, nothing. Like, I sit at home all day and sometimes I sell lotion. Like, no one's going to, you don't take yourself seriously. If you don't treat yourself like a business, no one else is going to either. And that is like, one of the things that kind of took me a while to kind of understand. And I was just like, okay, I need to like buckle down and really just focus on this and treat it like a business. Be proud of what it is that I'm doing, because I am doing great things regardless of whether or not people understand it. And hopefully you guys are understanding that as well, is that you are helping people out. This is an amazing company. It's not just another random, a random dark sales company out there. What we do matters. Last note that I have, make sure you guys are paying attention to the incentive period. Like I said, if you're brand new, pink is the biggest goal that I want, the minimum that I'd love to see you guys hit. That's 1,000 in sales before the end of the month. If you guys are brand new, or not brand new, if you guys have been around from the beginning of the incentive period, it's not too late to keep going and to keep pushing and to add more people to your team. It's the 5th of the month, so there's just so much more that I've never seen. The lower the hand line. That is like so crazy. Okay, anyways, yeah, so if you guys want to unmute yourselves, if you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute yourselves and ask. We can kind of go over anything, questions on incentive period, on pay plan, on promoting, on team building, anything like that. All right, and then there is a chat box. So if you guys don't feel comfortable jumping on and unmuting, you can always go to the chat box if that's something that's more comfortable. What else was I gonna say? Totally lost my train of thought. Oh, right. So the incentive period is the Posh Your Own Adventure kind of thing. And I've kind of looked at it like, this is your journey, like your Posh journey. Who wants to join me on this journey or join me on this adventure kind of thing? And that's something that I need to do a whole separate training thing on this, but this is something for those of you that are on right now, is that everybody is on their own Posh journey, and there is no need to compare yourself to other people. And I know that's hard, and I know that is easier said than done, but everybody's going to be at a different pace. Everyone's at a different level, and it's really your own competition. You're the one that do what works for you, do your best, and really focus on how you can better yourself and how you can better your business, and that's really going to help. If you're spending your time on feeling down or feeling negative because you're seeing others people's success, that's not going to help anybody. And it's not like they're doing it to make other people feel bad. That's not even how it is. They're building their business in the way that they're building it. And so hopefully you guys kind of realize that you're in your own journey, and that maybe it's going to take some time, and that's okay. As long as you're working and being consistent, then that's really the attitude that you need to have. And from personal experience, I was like, oh my gosh, I would compare myself to the people that I knew joined like within days of me. And it was really difficult. And it just finally got to the point where I just was like, you know what? Doesn't even matter. They have like, they had a network, or they have this network, or they're way more outgoing than me, that it's totally not important. It's not, you know, this is my own thing and this is how I'm going to do it. And that's going to be perfectly fine. So hopefully you guys are kind of kind of get either already at that point or getting to that point. And sometimes it really just takes time. But keep working, stay consistent, positive. Reach out to anybody that you have a connection with. If it's another team member, if it's your sponsor, if it's me, I am here to help. Everybody on the team page is here to help. So always reach out for help if you guys have any questions at all. So if there are no questions, I'm going to end the recording and we can go off topic. Yeah, sure. It really is. It's sometimes you're down on yourself. You're your worst critic. And sometimes you just have to get to the point where it's like, you know what? It's okay. I'm okay that they have this success, and, you know, good for them, but that's not my journey, and that's not how, you know, this is what I'm going to work on today. So really, it really is one of those things where you got to get to that point. Even if you hear it and you don't believe it, I get that too. Reach out. We're here to help. Okay, so I'm going to end this recording. If you guys have any questions at all.
Get back here. Hurry up.
Hey, okay, so let's see. What's the highest rank a brand new Posh consultant can hit in her first month? You can hit as high as possible, but the very first rank that you need to hit is pink first. So you need to have at least, so if it's your first month, you can hit really high, but you have to make sure your personal volume is at least 1,000 in personal sales. So you can promote to pink and above in the same month, but you can't have say 2,000 in company volume and only 500 in personal sales in your first month, because you haven't hit pink yet. So in your first month, as long as you have 1,000 in personal sales, at least 1,000 in personal sales, you can hit as high as freaking possible. There's somebody that's in this incentive period right now that's she's already hit Premier. And she, oh my gosh, like, I don't think she's been around for very long. Like, I need to figure it out, but her personal volume is huge. And she grew her team very quickly. But like I said, she had networking. She knew what she was very familiar with this business when she got started. But yeah, you can rank up very, very quickly. Okay. Any other questions? All right, okay, so no other questions on this topic, because we can keep going if you guys have questions. All right, cool. Awesome. I'm gonna end this recording. We're gonna go off topic. So if anyone's watching this recording later has questions, be sure to reach out to the team page. Check out the other recordings, etc., etc. I say it every time. So thank you guys for joining.